Hello, welcome to Moonlit Justice Oracle. I'm here to do a collective reading for Divine Feminine. Thank you for being here. Thank you for everything you do in support of this channel. I truly appreciate you. Alright, I've modified the spread a little bit from what we've been doing in the recent past. You'll see. I think it's better. I think so. We're recording. Yes. Okay, good. Good. Alright, may I have a card for Divine Feminine's current energy, please? Divine Feminine's current energy. Divine Feminine. Increased awareness, Master Buddha, deep connection, trust your inner voice. Divine Feminine is currently trusting their inner voice. Feeling increased awareness, a deep connection. Very aware. Inner awareness. Very in tune. Okay. Why is Devin? Why is Divine Feminine currently in this increased awareness energy? Miracles. Expect the wondrous to emerge. They are expecting the wondrous to emerge. Good vibes, huh? Good vibes, Divine Feminine. Very in tune. It's like only expecting the best possible outcomes. Trusting their inner voice. Trusting their deep connection. Trusting their increased awareness. Alright, here's what I modified. Before we would go to what would be beneficial for Divine Feminine to avoid whilst in this energy. But I've changed it to the current obstacle in this connection and guidance for navigating that obstacle or challenge. And then on the other side, it's what's going well and guidance for continuing to utilize that energy or continuing to embrace that energy. That's what's changed. I was getting real confused with the what to avoid card. And I'd get kind of caught up in trying to figure that out, so got rid of it. Yep. Okay. What is Divine Feminine's current obstacle and or challenge whilst in this increased awareness energy? What is Divine Feminine's current mystic healer? Healing energy flows through you. Healing. Some kind of healing is the challenge or obstacle. Allowing the healing energy to flow through you. Because I'm looking at this card, right, and it's when something, okay, if something's flowing through someone, I'm kind of getting it's like in and out, through, in, out, there's a through, right? So it's, I don't know what this is, if it's, the challenge involves healing energy flowing through them. What is Divine Feminine's guidance regarding navigating this particular challenge? What is their guidance? Psychic insight. Your third eye is open. See truth for what it is. Follow your intuition. So I'm not sure if this Divine Feminine collective has been experiencing challenges when it comes to because they're very intuitive. They're very connected with this current energy here. They're expecting the wonders to emerge, right? See truth for what it is. Follow your intuition. So maybe this Divine Feminine collective is having a difficult time right now following their intuition, being able to receive this healing energy and allowing it to flow through them. Or because I see this person in this image, right? It's like the healing energy is flowing through them, but I'm feeling like their surroundings are also being healed in some way, which is like the output, the input and the output. So whatever's going on with this Divine Feminine collective, they're having a challenge with the input and output of this healing energy in some way. They're being guided to follow their intuition, see truth for what it is. Maybe there's some kind of confusion or lack of clarity in some way. Your third eye is open. See truth for what it is. Follow your intuition. I'm kind of getting, okay, so the general vibe that I'm getting is, hold on, where's my little foot area? There it is. That's nice. So okay. What I'm kind of getting is that this Divine Feminine collective might be having a challenge when it comes to, they might be holding themselves back in some way, or they've been holding themselves back in some way. And this has to do with healing energy, whether it's receiving it, allowing it to flow through them, releasing it, sharing it in some way. And this might be because of some kind of lack of clarity, or because of, oh man, we're going to have to clarify more, because I can see this going a couple ways. It's like holding oneself back regarding this healing energy, whether that's receiving it, allowing it to flow through them, and sharing it, right? They might have been holding themselves back in regard to any of those options because they were feeling intuitively guided to do so. And maybe this is a challenge because this Divine Feminine collective is very aware, right? They're very aware and tuned in. They're deeply connected, and they're currently trusting their inner voice, right? So it's like, was this Divine Feminine collective guided to like keep their healing energy to themselves in some way? And that's a challenge because maybe that's not naturally what they want to do. It's like, oh man, what am I getting? It could be that they were feeling guided to hold on to their healing energy in some way. Sometimes we are guided to do that because it's like, how can I say this without sounding like a bitch? Hold on. Anyone who is empathetic, compassionate, who has healing energy in general, right? They understand that sometimes, and I'm not saying that this is what's happening, but it's the same, it's related. Sometimes that can be taken advantage of or abused in some way. So like always being the one who helps or like helps heal or contributes in some way or gives that healing energy. It's like, what were we talking about? What reading was that? The river reading that we did last? Something about like giving and receiving in balance, right? So was this Divine Feminine collective giving, and they were intuitively guided to hold back in some way? And that's a challenge because it's not necessarily what they want to do. But they understand how that can be beneficial, big picture wise, for others involved, let's just say. I don't know. Let's move on. Because, yeah, I don't know. This could go a couple ways for now. Alright, what's currently going well for this Divine Feminine collective in this connection? What's currently going well? View from above. Get the big picture. Yes. Okay, so this Divine Feminine collective is very tuned in. They're tapped in. They're very connected to the divine. They see the bigger picture. They see the bigger picture of what's going on here. They're seeing things from a higher perspective. What is Divine Feminine's collective? What is the Divine Feminine's collective? What is the Divine Feminine collective's guidance, advice for continuing to utilize this energy, this view from above energy? What's their guidance for continuing to utilize it? Soul flame, rediscover a lost part of yourself. Experience relationship harmony and healing. Okay. Okay. Let's rewind a bit. When we were talking about the holding back, right? Or the keeping one's healing energy to themselves in some way. Maybe there's something here. There's something here about giving and receiving of energy. And I think that this is going to be different for various counterpart collectives. But I think that I strongly believe at some point this Divine Feminine collective was guided to perhaps hold back their healing energy in some way. And this is because they were intuitively guided. They had an increased awareness about this. They understood that the wondrous would emerge in doing so, by doing so. And perhaps they've been called, because with rediscover a lost part of yourself, right? It's like this mystic healer, if they've been in this holding back energy, let's just say, keep it simple, holding back energy. Perhaps they're being encouraged to rediscover the lost part of themselves, the part that allowed that healing energy to flow through them, right? I don't know. I mean, because I don't know how long it's been that this Divine Feminine collective has been holding back or anyways, lost part of yourself, big picture. I'm kind of seeing it as this Divine Feminine collective might be gaining a higher perspective of a situation, or because they have access to this big picture perspective, they're being called to, I believe, and use your discernment for this, of course. I mean, if you're resonating with this, you don't need me telling you anything. There's nothing I could say to you. But maybe there is. You might be feeling guided to like share your energy again. And I say again because of rediscover a lost part of yourself. Experience relationship harmony and healing. Like it's now the time to share this energy, to allow this healing energy to flow through you. Flip the output switch on, you know what I mean? I think that you were guided before at some point, whether that's yesterday or 5 years ago, to flip the switch off for a period of time. And I think that you're possibly seeing a bigger picture, or because you have this higher perspective, you're feeling guided because you're very connected. If you're this connected and expecting the wonders to emerge, you're very in tune with the energies, and you understand how to create harmony and healing. You understand that. Sometimes that means turning switches on and off. You know, it's things that others might not understand, but because you're so connected and you have this higher perspective, you understand the necessity and the benefit for all involved when it comes to flipping those switches on and off. So I believe it's going well for you. This higher perspective, rediscover a lost part of yourself. Maybe rediscovering this mystic healer energy you carry within. Rediscovering your abilities to allow healing energy to flow through you. Input, output. Interesting. What does Divine Feminine, I changed this too. What does Divine Feminine need to remind themselves about? What's beneficial for Divine Feminine to remind themselves about? Divine healing, honor your sensitivity. Retreat to recharge and heal. Your light can support others. Interesting. So this is definitely about healing energy. This is all about healing energy. Healing energy, and the Divine Feminine's increased awareness, trusting their inner voice, using their intuition, having a higher perspective. Divine healing. Your reminder, honor your sensitivity. Retreat to recharge and heal. Your light can support others. So, okay, let's say this is a divine feminine collective that might have a hard time keeping this healing energy to themselves, right? They're being encouraged to remind themselves to honor their sensitivity, whatever they're feeling. If they're sensitive, they feel a lot. They feel a lot, and sometimes they need to retreat to recharge and heal. Your light can support others. And it's like, you will know, this divine feminine collective will know, because they have this higher perspective, when to flip the output switch, you know, like when to manage their own receptivity, their own sharing of this energy. So for whatever reason, if you've been feeling guided to keep this healing energy for yourself in some way, and if this is resonating in a different way, if this is resonating in you've been guided to share this healing energy, trust your intuition. You're being encouraged to trust your intuition. See truth for what it is. Although we want to share our healing energy, we want to give it to others, sometimes the truth, the higher perspective, the divine truth in a situation is that sometimes we need to keep it to ourselves. Sometimes, what was I saying before when I was trying to not sound like a bitch? It's like every way I think of saying this, I'm gonna sound like a bitch. I don't intend to. It's not. It's just the simple ways to explain this stuff can sound kind of bitchy. Sometimes we need to give others the time and space to find their own healing energy, to not have to, I don't know, I want to say rely. I'm not saying that's what's happening. We have to give others the opportunity to discover their own abilities to heal themselves without us sending the healing. Alright, let's look into it more. Why is increased awareness here for Divine Feminine's current energy in this connection? Increased awareness. Magic. Magic is believing in yourself. If you can do that, you can make anything happen. Believing in yourself. If you can do that, you can make anything happen. Trust your inner voice. Yeah, trusting in one's own magic, one's own capabilities, what they can do. Trusting that they can make anything happen. With miracles, expect the wonders to emerge. Let's get one more. Magic with increased awareness for Divine Feminine's current energy. Magic with increased awareness. Strength. You have courage, you can endure. Find your center and spiral into your power. Yeah, I'm kind of getting, this is the energy of a Divine Feminine that's, it's like, they're focusing on their own healing, their own strength. You have courage, you can endure. Find your center, and spiral into your power. Yeah, it's like with strength, this person is, they're like leaning against this tree for like support. You have courage, you can endure. Find your center and spiral into your power. Why is miracles here for why Divine Feminine is in this increased awareness energy? Miracles, expect the wonders to emerge. Pilgrimage. You are on a journey to your own greatness. Your soul is longing to find the way. Only you can choose your path. Yeah, interesting, because in both of these pictures, there's this person here on pilgrimage, right? Gathering these flowers. This person is holding on to the flowers. They're collecting them. And then in the strength card that came out for magic and increased awareness, this person has collected more flowers, and they're like tired. They're like leaning up against this tree for support in some way. So this Divine Feminine Collective has been on this pilgrimage. They're on a journey to their own greatness. Their soul is longing to find the way. Only they can choose their path. Miracles, expect the wonders to emerge. Yeah, they're confident in this journey. They're confident in their own greatness. Your soul is longing to find the way. Maybe on this journey, this Divine Feminine has learned about their power, like how much power they have. They have an increased awareness of what happens when they follow their inner voice, when they trust their inner voice. Strength. You have courage. You can endure. Find your center. Find your center. I think that this Divine Feminine Collective is finding their center as this mystic healer. To heal others, to heal others, we have to learn to heal ourselves. We have to understand the energies, right? Sometimes we have to retreat to recharge. Is that a card? Retreat, recharge? Interesting. Okay. I've seen it somewhere. Mystic Healer for Divine Feminine's current obstacle challenge in this connection. Mystic Healer, healing energy flows through you. Wow. Nature and forgiveness. Nature. Sometimes all you need is to go outside, breathe the fresh air to remember who you are and where you want to be. Forgiveness. Forgive and forget. Life is too precious to waste on negative feelings. There might be something here about this Divine Feminine's, it's like when I saw nature and forgiveness with like the fresh air, it's like keeping one's energy to themselves in order to like breathe. You know what I mean? In order to like work through some kind of like forgiveness energy perhaps, or why is Mystic Healer here for Divine Feminine's current obstacle challenge? Mystic Healer. Sanctuary. Embrace the need for solitude. Exactly. Embrace the need for solitude. Your inner sanctuary calls you. Renew yourself and thrive. There's no bits and pieces on this. I mean, there are, but they're hidden. Embrace the need for solitude. Yeah. And it's like, I feel like, okay, this may or may not be relevant, but I feel like this is a Divine Feminine Collective that they want to help. They want to heal. They want to share their energy with those who they feel need help, you know? And it's like, we have to understand that we can also help people by not giving them our energy. And that's a hard thing to, if someone is naturally like a nurturing person, right? It can be very hard to learn the importance, understand, respect the importance, embrace the importance of keeping our energy to ourselves. And understanding that that too is healing. That too, it's like the absence of our energy is healing, just as our energy can be healing. Does that make sense? Wow, this is bright. Sanctuary. Embrace the need for solitude. Your inner sanctuary calls you. Renew yourself and thrive. So this Divine Feminine Collective might be having a challenging time embracing their need for solitude in some way. Or maybe they're having a hard time finding solitude. It's like if there's others, I don't know. I wanted to say intruding, but I mean that could resonate. Other people intruding in some way, or pressuring people, like pressuring someone to like get out there or whatever. Or if this is just the Divine Feminine Collective's internal desire to like share their energy or help in some way, to give. I remember, so in that last river reading, right? The Divine Feminine was in the Queen of Cups energy, the Grail Queen energy, and then their guidance for what they can do to continue helping the connection, the river, was the Six of Pentacles, right? And we were talking about giving and receiving in balance. And it's like, if that specific Divine Feminine collective is also resonating with this, maybe you can only give so much before you need to come back to yourself and recharge. You know what I mean? You can only give so much before it's detrimental to yourself. And if it's negatively affecting you in some way, what's that saying? People say it sometimes, where it's about putting it's like talking about the airplane with the oxygen masks. It's like you have to put the mask on yourself before you put it on someone else, or something like that. It's like if no one's there helping you put your mask on and you're suffocating or whatever, you can't be expected to. I mean, there's honor and stuff like that and helping someone when you're suffocating, but at the same time, it's not, I don't know what I'm saying. You can only give so much. Is there something here about, like, what's that? Giving and receiving in balance in some way? Is this a situation where the Divine Feminine collective has been, like, giving, like there's an imbalance in some way? There's an imbalance, and even if it seems difficult, this Divine Feminine collective is being encouraged to keep their energy to themselves. They might not want to do that. They might want to, like, share healing energy in some way, but it's to their detriment at this point. Like, if we're talking Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine, right? It's, if this Divine Feminine collective has been giving healing energy to the Divine Masculine, without necessarily receiving any in return. Is that what's I don't know is that what's happening? View from above. Rediscover a lost part of yourself. Experience relationship harmony and healing. Okay, let's go with that. Let's say that's what's happening. See truth for what it is. Follow your... Because a lot of people who are healers in some way can be taken advantage of, or and that's intentionally or unintentionally, right? Because it's like some people don't even realize what a healer is giving them until that healer pulls it away, because it's detrimental to them. And I don't know, what is this? So, okay, energy. Energy that is sent to us, and energy that we are receptive to. Sometimes that energy is not good. And sometimes we need to protect ourselves, so we turn the input switch off. We shut ourselves out from receiving energy. If we're being bombarded with negativity, we flip it off. It's closed. No one's getting through because it's toxic. And I wonder, because sometimes if we flip that switch off, right? If we flip that switch off, we are not receptive to other energies. So it's like, even if, because we were talking about giving and receiving in balance, right? So it's like, even if this Divine Feminine was being sent healing energy or being given healing energy, they might not have even been receiving it because that switch was flipped off for their protection. Maybe that's what they felt the need to do recently, or in the past perhaps. Flip that switch off for their protection, to protect their own healing health, right? For their health. I don't know if this is making sense. Maybe it is. Psychic insight for Divine Feminine's guidance for navigating this challenge. Psychic insight for Divine Feminine. Faith. Believe you are not alone. Spirit is right beside you. Ask for guidance and it will come. This person listening on the wall. They're on the outside, but they're listening. Or they're like, psychic insight. Gaining psychic insight. See truth for what it is. Follow your intuition. Believe you are not alone. Spirit is right beside you. Ask for guidance and it will come. So if any of this is resonating for the Divine Feminine Collective, you're being encouraged to ask for guidance and it will come. It's kind of like, I'm kind of getting, this resonates with someone, I just know it. But it's like this person is in their own room, their own space, right? And it's like they're keeping to themselves, but they have an ear to the wall. There's a big crack going down this wall. I don't know if you can see it here. But this person is aware of what's happening outside of themselves. They're aware. See truth for what it is. So maybe they're being encouraged to, I don't know. What's going on in this situation? I believe this has to do with the divine masculine. Because it's like, does this Divine Feminine Collective embrace the need for solitude? Did they feel the need to like pull away from the Divine Masculine energy in some way? And I had mentioned briefly, I didn't want to insinuate that like I mean, we all understand these connections aren't all rainbows and butterflies, right? We all understand that this is part of our individual growth, evolution, etc., right? We're constantly learning and evolving from this process. And it's like none of us are perfect. None of us are perfect. But I feel like for some reason, this Divine Feminine Collective has pulled away their energy. And it's not because of being selfish. It's not because of being cruel. It's nothing like that. They have the higher perspective of the situation and an understanding. They're very connected. This isn't a confused Divine Feminine Collective. The moves they make are for a reason. And the moves they make aren't always what they want to do. It's not always what they want to do. It's what they're guided to do. It's like my personal opinion about the moves I make, right? I obey God. I obey the divine. I've learned I've learned what happens when you disobey God, or when you don't do what you know you're supposed to do. I don't know if anyone else experiences that, but it's made aware to me that I should have probably obeyed. You know what I mean? I don't know, there's something about this. Why is Faith here with Psychic Insight for Divine Feminine's guidance when it comes to navigating this Mystic Healer challenge? Faith with Psychic Insight. Fertility, giving birth and being born brings us into the essence of creation. Yeah, I'm definitely getting, I definitely get like this is a Divine Feminine Collective that didn't necessarily want to pull their energy away or to keep their healing energy to themselves, but they felt they had to. Like it was necessary in some way for the health of this connection, the health of the Divine Masculine. I keep getting, I didn't want to, but it's like feeling like the bad guy in a way. Feeling like it's like when you come across someone that needs your help and you want to help them so bad and you know that you can help them, but you're not supposed to. You're not supposed to intervene. That's what it is. That's exactly what this is. And the feeling of, if you're a truly compassionate, nurturing person, you hate that feeling. You hate feeling like you're not supposed to help someone. It sucks. It sucks, but you understand. You have the big picture view. You're very connected. You understand how it's natural to feel bad. It's natural to want to help and to give and to share and to heal. But you understand, like I was saying before, how helpful, beneficial, and healing it can be to not help, to not share, to not, it can't always be on you. It can't always be on you to share that healing energy. Having faith because you're following your intuition. Seeing truth for what it is. You're very aware. You're aware of what's going on. You're very aware. Some of you might be clairaudient. You're very aware that there will be growth, or that this is for growth. Giving birth and being born brings us into the essence of creation. Creation. Essence of creation. Understanding what you contribute. Understanding that what you do helps with the creation. Helps with the nurturing in some way. Alright, let's move on. Why is a view from above here for what's going well for this divine feminine collective in this connection? View from above. View from above. Change. You are transforming. Let go of the past. Embrace the light and joy of this new day. You are transforming. Let go of the past. Embrace the light and joy of this new day. I'm like, well, this person's looking at themselves in the mirror, right? And it's like understanding that it's giving, so remember when I was saying before about like understanding that giving healing energy helps, but also restricting the healing energy that you give helps. It's like there's like a change with view from above. Whoa. Sacred space. Take time for the dreamer in you. Find your power and stillness. In your sacred space is the peace you seek. Find your power and stillness. In your sacred space is the peace you seek. Having a higher perspective of understanding the importance that you find your power and stillness in your sacred space. Finding that peace within. Solitude, right? Embrace the need for solitude. Understanding that this leads to transformation within yourself, within the connection. Let go of the past. Embrace the light and joy of this new day. It's like, okay, so as if we're looking at the mystic healer as someone with an input and output, right? It's like when you have that input switched on, you're receptive. When you have that output switched on, you're giving, right? It's the energy is just constantly moving through you. When you flip the input off, when you block external energies with solitude, right? When you block external energies and when you're not giving external energies. When you're blocking incoming energies and when you're not giving energies, you're sitting there with your own energy, right? You're experiencing what you create within. Your own inner healing, your own power, essentially. It's like feeling what it feels to be without energies coming to you and giving energy away. There's a way for me to like explain this better, I think, but I don't know how to do that right now. Find your center and spiral into your power. Yeah. So if there's a divine feminine collective out there, if you're feeling maybe guilt or not understanding the importance of embracing the solitude, and that's solitude from the world or solitude within this connection, right? Embracing that and understanding the importance and the purpose behind it. It's to allow you to find your center, spiral into your power, experience your own power. Because again, if you're constantly receiving and you're constantly giving, there's no space held. Yeah, with faith, fertility, right? It's like this person is in they're aware, they have an awareness, they know what's happening outside of this space. And fertility, right? It's like understanding the power of what you can create with your healing energy. Understanding that your inner sanctuary calls you, renew yourself and thrive. There's something here. This might have to do with, it's like, okay, constant input and output, let's just say. It's like with plumbing pipes. There's like residue, right? The constant like, I don't know. I'm not a plumber. I am certainly not a plumber. I dabble in plumbing, the plumbing arts, but I'm not a plumber. I don't know how to. Let's rewind. It's almost as if with this constant input, output, receiving, giving energy, it like creates a residue. It creates a residue. And that residue consists of past energies, right? Things that have been happening from who knows how long ago. This residue has built up. And where did I see it? Change. With view from above for what's going well for the Divine Feminine Collective in this connection. Higher perspective, view from above. Let go of the past, you are transforming. Embrace the light and joy of this new day. It's like allowing the input and output to be turned off allows for like a renewal of that space that's been collecting the residue. It allows for a renewal of that. A cleansing. It's like a cleansing. Your inner sanctuary calls you to renew yourself and thrive. Yeah, there's like a necessary solitude here. And that's the challenge. Perhaps it's a challenge because if this is a Divine Feminine Collective that felt the need to either pull back energetically or to remain pulled back energetically in some way, there could be a level of guilt or feeling like I don't know what that could be, like feeling badly about it in some way. But it's important to understand the necessity of it, the importance. Why is a soul flame? Rediscover a lost part of yourself here. Experience relationship harmony and healing with view from above for what's going well. Rediscover a lost part of yourself as Divine Feminine's guidance for embracing this view from above energy. Forgiveness. Forgive and forget. Life is too precious to waste on negative feelings. Didn't this come out before? It came out with something and... Oh, it was with nature. Yes! It came out with nature and I was like... It's like needing fresh air with the residue, the space. Needing that fresh space, that fresh air. In order to forgive and forget. Life is too precious to waste on negative feelings. Experience relationship harmony and healing. Healing this connection, healing a relationship. Find your power and Steel. Find your power in stillness. In your sacred space is the peace you seek. Yeah, it's like a necessary solitude in order to work through like past energies, past anything that needs forgiveness, anything that requires a level of forgiveness in order to heal. Why is forgiveness here with soul flame for divine feminine? Forgiveness with soul flame. Anticipation, something wonderful is happening. Changes in the air. Open yourself to blessings on their way. Yeah, it's like needing to remove that residue. Turning off the input-output in order to cleanse that residue. To free up space, open yourself up to blessings that are on their way. Changes in the air. I know before we were talking about the divine feminine facing challenges when it comes to experiencing enthusiasm in some way, or like the good feelings involved in a connection. And this might have something to do with that, because it's like, hold on, I gotta rewind and remember. Yes, I was talking about how it can't just like turn on automatically. It's like whatever's happened in this connection, there's been this process happening, and it's been a necessary part of the healing of this connection. And that it can feel challenging when perhaps you want to. Like, it's the same concept as when you want to help, when you want to share healing energy, but you know you're not supposed to. It's similar. It's like wanting something, but understanding that it needs time. It needs to follow a certain process for the proper healing to create harmony. Oh, interesting. I'm just noticing the similarities. Is everything covered up here? Is everything covered up? These are very similar images. It's like Sanctuary with Mystic Healer as Divine Feminine's challenge, and then Anticipation with Soul Flame. Experience relationship harmony and healing. It's connected. Having a higher perspective of this solitude. Something wonderful is happening. Yeah, with miracles, expect the wondrous to emerge for why the Divine Feminine is in this increased awareness energy. Changes in the air. Something wonderful is happening. It's like a necessary solitude and cleansing. Energetic cleansing in order to make room to allow this something wonderful to happen. Changes in the air. Open yourself to blessings on their way. Allowing oneself to forgive, to release any of that like residue, right? Life is too precious to waste on negative feelings. Get the big picture. I believe this is the Divine Feminine Collective I'm reading for is definitely already aware of this. And this is just encouragement when it comes to how this view from above, this higher perspective energy is what's going well for them, right? It's just saying, yes, whatever that higher perspective is that you have, this is encouragement to keep doing whatever you're doing energetically. And you're being encouraged to embrace the need for solitude. I mean, when we're talking solitude, right? Oftentimes, if we have other people in our lives, sometimes people don't understand when someone needs solitude, right? They take it personally. They don't understand this mystic healer's energetic needs. They don't understand what it is to be a mystic healer. So they can't empathize with that. They can't logically understand why someone seeks solitude in some way. So if this is like pressures from others, or if it's for whatever reason this is a challenge, right? You're just being encouraged that if there's ever a moment when you're feeling like you're doing the wrong thing by seeking solitude, this is just confirmation that you are on the most beneficial path during this process. It's essential that you have this solitude. It's essential that you're keeping your healing energy within for yourself, because you need it. You need it right now. Divine healing. Honor your sensitivity. Retreat to recharge and heal. Your light can support others. Yeah, this is for what Divine Feminine should remind themselves about, right? Why is divine healing here? For what Divine Feminine should remind themselves about? Romance. There is never a time for true love. Oh God, this card makes me laugh. There's never a time for true love. It happens accidentally, in a heartbeat, in a single flashing, throbbing moment. Throbbing moments. Honor your sensitivity. Retreat to recharge and heal. Your light can support others. There is never a time for true love. It happens accidentally. Honor your sensitivity. Retreat to recharge and heal. Why is romance here with divine healing for what Divine Feminine should remind themselves about? Energy. Life force is flowing. Open yourself to receive the power from within. Yeah, I don't know if there's something here. I'm trying to figure out how to interpret these, but I think it's going to make sense for the collective that resonates with this. It's like, I don't know if something happened in this connection or in the past with this Divine Feminine, where it was like, honor your sensitivity, right? There's never a time for true love. It happens accidentally. In a single flashing, throbbing moment, in a heartbeat. It's like, something may have happened, like, where it was like, what am I getting? Like something about, there is never a time for true love, right? Something may have happened, where, what was I saying before over here? Something about, was I saying that? Something about feeling a lot, or maybe that was another reading, where it's like when someone is sensitive, they feel a lot. It's someone has the capacity to experience deep emotions, right? And there might have been something about like unexpected love happening that like, it's what I'm getting is like swept. It's like what with the rug under the person. What is that saying? It's like that kind of feeling where you're like caught off guard by it, right? And it threw you off in some way. Honor that sensitivity. Retreat to recharge and heal. Your light can support others. Yeah, someone was caught off guard by something, perhaps. Or this is just like someone who was very sensitive to the energy of love, the energy and feelings around love, romance, etc. You're being encouraged, and you're being encouraged to remind yourself that you are sensitive, and you should honor your sensitivity. Retreat to recharge and heal. Give yourself permission. Understand the importance of retreating, recharging, seeking solitude, finding that inner sanctuary, that sacred space, right? Retreat to recharge and heal. Your light can support others. That's what I was getting with the turning the input and output off, focusing on healing your own light, and understanding that there will be a time again to share that. It's important for you now to keep it for yourself and heal yourself. Honor your sensitivity. Life force is flowing. Open yourself to receive the power from within. I'm getting heavy, like wanting to give energy and not giving. Like, and it's going back to what I was saying before, where it's like you want to, but you're being obedient. You're obeying the unspoken divine rules here. You know what I mean? And it's hard. It's very hard, especially if when it comes to like feelings of loving someone, wanting to like nurture them or wanting to help them and help with whatever they're going through. It's extremely hard to pull yourself back when you know that that's what you're supposed to do for their highest good, for your highest good, for the highest good of the connection, right? All right. Well, I think I'm gonna do some individual sign guidance. Originally, I was planning on doing another go around with this deck, but instead I think I'll just do individual sign guidance with that deck. And I'm going to do 1 or 2 cards. I'm going to try to keep it simple. Simple. We'll see. We're going to start with Aries all the way to Pisces for Divine Feminine. And this is just going to be, these are going to be, I don't know, reminders, guidance. Your opinion matters came out. What you think, what you feel, your ideas, your wants, your desires, they matter. Alright, let's start with Aries Divine Feminine. What does Aries Divine Feminine need to remind themselves about? What does Aries Divine Feminine need to remind themselves about? You are a beautiful expression of life, Aries. Beautiful expression of life. The ways about you, who you are as a person, your qualities, how you express yourself, what you give to the world. You are a beautiful expression of life. Don't forget it. Aries is a beautiful expression of life. Aries Divine Feminine, a beautiful expression of life. I embrace my feminine strength. Yes. Your feminine strength. How you carry that feminine strength, how you express it. I think you're being encouraged to, like, it says I embrace my feminine strength. What does feminine strength mean to you? What does it mean to have feminine strength? Remind yourself that you are a beautiful expression of life. And that you have a powerful feminine strength. Who's next? Taurus? Taurus? Aries? Taurus? Yeah, Taurus. Taurus Divine Feminine. Taurus Divine Feminine. You are always healing. Yes, healing is a lifelong process, in my opinion. We're never fully healed. We're never at our... Wasn't I getting something for you before with the Lost Guidance? There was something about that. You're always healing. It's a lifelong process. Healing takes time. Healing, I don't think that healing is ever truly complete. Especially like inner healing, right? Always healing. It's like we're never completely done with our healing journey, right? It's like we have to experience new things, different situations that lead us to healing. It's all part of our divine paths, you know? Taurus Divine Feminine is always healing. What do they need to be reminded of regarding this? Taurus Divine Feminine is always healing. They are always healing. Taurus Divine Feminine. Whoa! Oh, goodness. Oh, God. It is safe for you to speak up for yourself. Yes. So do know, it is safe for you to speak up for yourself. Regarding this healing, or in order to heal, in order to allow for some kind of healing, it is safe for you to speak up for yourself, Taurus Divine Feminine. If you need time to heal, like with the solitude energy, right? If you're feeling the need to embrace solitude in some way, it is safe for you to speak up for that need, that desire. Some people don't understand it, right? It's like no one's always going to understand us. Not everyone can understand what we're going through. And that's not your problem. I mean, obviously it's like interpersonal relationships are more difficult than that, but you are worthy of all you desire. Whatever you want, you're worthy of it. You deserve it. It is safe for you to speak up for yourself, whatever this is. Speaking up about what you desire, and if this involves something to do with healing. Gemini. What do we have for Gemini Divine Feminine? Gemini Divine Feminine. You are free to be yourself, Gemini. Own that shit. Gemini. You are free to be yourself. Are there parts of you that you like to, or parts of you that you are afraid to show others in some way, or like hesitant to put out there? You are free to be yourself. It's like finding environments within, like in our minds or externally in the world, where you are free to be yourself, where you don't have to hide who you are or pretend to be something you're not, right? Why is Gemini Divine Feminine free to be themselves? Why is that here? They're free to be themselves. You are honest and authentic, yes. So this is a reminder or encouragement to always be honest and authentic. You are free to be yourself. You are free to be honest and authentic about who you are as a person. You're free to be yourself, honest and authentic. Yeah. I've always said, I've always said that I think that our only job on this earth is to just be ourselves. That's it. But that's my own opinion. I think that we're all so unique and different, and we're all special. We all have something to offer the world, the others. We all have experiences that our soul wants to experience here, right? And the only way to truly do that is to be our honest and authentic selves. It's not always easy, right? We're often met with adversity. We're often met with people who disagree with us. That doesn't matter. Big picture-wise, F them. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's hard when it's people you care about and you want them to, like, approve of you or approve of your decisions, whatever, but it's your life. There's no point in hiding who you authentically are. There's no point in being dishonest about who you are. There's no point in caging yourself in some way, right? Big picture-wise. Alright, Cancer? Yes. What do we have for Cancer Divine Feminine? What does Cancer Divine Feminine need to remind themselves about? You are comfortable with your sexuality. This came out for you before. And if the other card comes out, I'm going to freak out. So you're being encouraged and reminded to embrace, accept something regarding your sexuality. So this could be like sexual identity, orientation, sexual expression, your like sexual nature in some way. You are comfortable with your sexuality. Why is they are comfortable with your sexuality here for Cancer Divine Feminine? You are wise. Are you whatchamacallit? You like the smart people. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm obviously not one of those smart people, right? Sapiosexual. You're wise. Maybe. You are comfortable with your sexuality and you're wise. So there's some kind of wisdom you've gained. You're very wise when it comes to your sexual expression, or maybe you're mindful about, oh man, what is this Cancer Divine Feminine? What I'm kind of getting is that you're very, you're being encouraged to remain comfortable or to find confidence regarding being wise about how you express or how you, like the decisions you make regarding your sexuality. And that could be like withholding, like not, no, I don't know what I'm getting. All right, what do we have for Leo Divine Feminine? Leo Divine Feminine. You embrace your masculine strength. It's about embracing the masculine qualities that we possess within. It's like, I know some people, specifically like feminine energies, and specifically energies that like physically express themselves in more like the feminine ways, or they like having that feminine image to them. I've experienced people who have a hard time embracing the like masculine energies they possess within, because it's like the way they feel about it, or the way they see it or perceive it, or the ways that they feel it will be perceived is like too masculine in some way. Embracing one's masculine strength. For Leo Divine Feminine, embracing their masculine strength. You are free to love yourself. Yeah, you are free to love yourself. So whatever this is, if this is, it's like being our own, okay, so if we consider ourselves divine feminine counterparts, right? We still have that divine masculine energy within us. And it's like embracing the fact that each of us has our own divine masculine within us. That it's, what am I trying to say? You can be your own divine masculine as a divine feminine, right? That might sound weird. But it's like finding ways to utilize your masculine energy to either embracing that masculine energy and loving yourself for it, or utilizing that masculine energy within you to show yourself love, to treat yourself well. Being that masculine counterpart for yourself in some way. Interesting. Yeah. It's like, I don't know if this is a Leo Divine Feminine collective that, like, if this is like an inner struggle when it comes to masculine energy, right? Like, I don't trust my own self when it comes to describing what that means. But I would look into it if this is resonating. It's like, what do you find in your research regarding what masculine strength is, what masculine energy is within us? And finding ways to embrace that. And if it has you feeling uncomfortable to embrace that masculine energy within, it's like understanding that energy has a purpose in you. It has a purpose to exist within you. And I think there's a lot of power in embracing our inner masculine energy. Alright, who else we got? Virgo? What do we have for Virgo Divine Feminine? Virgo Divine Feminine. You are unique. Heck yeah. You're wonderful. Everything about you. You're the only you. Even though I'm talking to a collective right now, but you, the specific person watching this, you are unique, beautiful, wonderful, extraordinary, exactly as you are. You're not meant to be like anyone else. You're not meant to do the same things that others do. You're not meant to disappear in a crowd. You know what I mean? You are unique. Why is they are unique here for Virgo Divine Feminine? They are unique. You are lovable. Yeah. You are lovable exactly as you are. In all of your unique ways. It's like there's nothing about you need to be ashamed about, or should be ashamed about, or hide, or feel like weird. You know what I mean? We're all a bunch of weirdos. Don't get me wrong. We're all a bunch of weirdos. But that's what makes us unique. That's what makes us essential in this world. You are lovable. It's like, I don't know if you're feeling like you're too different, or it's like, how could anyone love me because of blank, right? Or you're being encouraged to embrace and celebrate your uniqueness. Absolutely celebrate it and recognize that you are lovable. You're absolutely lovable. You deserve love. it's like the divine. So it's like the divine. Once you completely embrace and celebrate your uniqueness, the divine wants to show you how lovable you are. They're going to prove you right when you start talking to yourself in ways that are lovable. When you start talking to yourself in ways that make you feel good about who you are, what you have to offer this world. The divine's going to prove you right. Absolutely. Libra. We have for Libra Divine Feminine. Libra Divine Feminine. You are safe inside yourself. This is creating a safe space within us. And I'm going back to that solitude energy we were talking about, right? It's like experiencing ourselves and healing ourselves within. Switching that input and output off. It's allowing us to manage what we've got going on within. Creating a safe environment within yourself. Within your mind, your heart, your soul. Cleansing that. And finding ways to make your inner world a safe place. They are safe inside themselves for Libra. You are making a difference in the world. Making a difference in the world. Why is they are making a difference in the world here, which they are safe inside themselves? They are making a difference in the world. I choose love over fear. Choosing love over fear when it comes to creating a safe inner world, right? It's like finding ways to let go of this fear energy. Choosing love energy. Choosing faith, right? Trust. Trust that you are making a difference in the world. This could have something to do with like our inner experience, right? Like when we create, and I believe we have to actively create this because of a host of reasons. When we actively create a safe inner world for ourselves, our outer world also starts to reflect that. From my experience and my belief, right? It's when you choose love over fear, when you actively choose to create a calmer, safer environment within. It affects in a positive way how you show up in the world, how the world shows up for you, right? Scorpio? What do we have for Scorpio, Divine Feminine? Scorpio. Everything I seek can be found within. Everything you seek can be found within, Scorpio. Is there something that you're looking for externally that you could actually be finding within instead? This is reminding me of, who was it, Leo? Leo Divine Feminine. When it's like being their own divine masculine within, right? It's like we all have these energies within us, and we can provide what we're looking for from others. We can provide that for ourselves. If this has to do with external, anything external, right? Anything that can be found in our external worlds. Whatever that provides, whatever experience or feelings that provides, that can just be found within. Nothing from the outside is needed. Why is everything they seek can be found within for Scorpio Divine Feminine? Everything they seek. You are unique. One of a kind. Unique. Everything you seek can be found within. This could have to do with, I'm almost getting, because when this card shows up, it makes me feel like someone might be struggling with how they're different in some way, or like struggling to fit in some way, or struggling to embrace their qualities in some way. Everything you seek can be found within. You are unique. You're one of a kind. You're the only one of you. You're the only you that exists. I'm almost getting, it's like like seeking validation in some way. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting. I don't know if that's what this is regarding, but it's kind of like validating yourself with I am unique, right? It's understanding that the ways that you are, your qualities, what you bring to this world is only something you can bring to this world. And whatever it is that you're seeking, whether that's like validation that it's okay to be you, or validation that even though you're unique, there's still a place for you in this world, right? Everything you seek, whatever you're looking for, can be found within. It's like when we seek something, when we're looking for something or wanting something, because we are unique individuals, we have our own unique ways of finding these things, or creating these things, or providing those things for ourselves. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that could be regarding. Ophiuchus. What do we have for Ophiuchus? You are confident with who you are. Yes, confident with who you are. It's like, whenever I see this card, I see things on this person's face, and I'm kind of, like, to me, it's like things that we perceive about ourselves that we see as flaws, or things that we don't like about ourselves, whether that's externally or internally, right? Being confident with who you are, owning who you are. It's like with the I am unique card, right? It's like you are the only one of you that exists. There's no point in trying to compare ourselves to others. There's no point to try to like be like other people or do what they do. Being confident with who you are as a person, as you are in the present, right? We're all evolving, growing. We're all works in progress. But I think it's important to embrace and celebrate who you are as a person. Every single part about you. If there's things that you don't like about yourself that you want to change and that are possible to change or improve or expand on or etc., right? It's if there's things you can do about it, you're being encouraged to do things about it that help you feel more confident. It's like, I was blabbering on a while back. I think I edited it out, but I was blabbering on about how I started teaching myself how to box and kickbox because I wasn't happy with, I don't know, like my physical self in some way. And like within a couple days of doing that, I already started feeling better about myself, even though there were no visible results. There was nothing like externally showing me that I was improving in the ways that I wanted to improve. But just by taking those actions, I started feeling more confident in myself and better about myself. So maybe there's something about that. It's like, why is I am confident, or they are confident with who they are for Ophiuchus, Divine Feminine. They are confident with who they are. You release your need to self-sabotage. Yeah, in what ways are you self-sabotaging when it comes to your confidence? When it comes to feeling good about who you are? Is it like self-talk, like negative self-talk perhaps? So you're being encouraged to find confidence when it comes to who you are as a person, everything about you. Releasing the need to self-sabotage. Maybe taking a look or being able to see how whatever this lack of confidence is, how that's sabotaging yourself. Why is they release their need to self-sabotage here for Ophiuchus? You are grateful, you are aligned with the universe. Maybe like having gratitude for who you are as a person. having gratitude will help bring you into alignment, or finding ways to, I'm kind of getting like, be nicer to yourself. You deserve to give yourself kindness. You know what I mean? All right. I was kind of getting like like telling yourself what, like you can't do something, like limiting yourself in some way, or there might be something about that, like not limiting yourself when it comes to your capabilities, what you believe you can not do in some way. You can do it, Ophiuchus. I am grateful again. Yeah, maybe like, it might sound kind of cheesy, but if you can like find things about yourself that you're grateful for, that might help you in some way. Because this card came out again. Having gratitude. All right. What do we got? Sagittarius. What do we have for Sagittarius, Divine Feminine? You seek opportunity over security. Yes. Sagittarius. Seeking opportunity over security. It's like taking risks. Taking risks when it comes to things that we might feel insecure about, right? Seeking opportunity over security. So it's like, even if we feel insecure about something, seeking the opportunity, taking the actions regardless. There's an opportunity, but you're like second guessing yourself about something or doubting yourself. You're being encouraged to seek those opportunities, or to go after things that might seem risky, but if it's something that you feel authentically pulled towards in some way, or intuitively guided towards, you're being encouraged to seek those opportunities. Why is they seek opportunity over security here for Sagittarius, Divine Feminine? You are fully present in the moment. Being fully present in the moment. So to me, this card suggests that maybe someone, I'm not saying like act impulsively or anything like that. That's never, I mean, rarely, in my opinion, a good idea. But you're being encouraged to being fully present in the moment is being grounded, right? When we're grounded, we're not focused on worries of the future, or we're focused in the present and what's in front of us right now. Fully present in the moment, seeking opportunity over security. So maybe this has to do with something about hesitating because of anxieties or concerns or worries about like future outcomes in some way. Being fully present in the moment. Something here about remaining grounded, grounding oneself when it comes to how you're perceiving an opportunity in some way. Over security. Like with security, right? We have confidence in the outcome, or we know the answers, or we feel secure in some way. And I think that when we're seeking security, we're thinking about the future. So for some reason, you're being encouraged to seek opportunity over that security by being fully present in the moment, focusing on the here and now, staying grounded. All right, who we got? Capricorn? Yes. Capricorn? Yes, Capricorn, Divine Feminine. What do we have for Capricorn, Divine Feminine? Well, that's too many. I'll read them. You are loved. Your opinion matters. We'll take them. You are loved, Capricorn. You are loved. And your opinion does matter. Absolutely. What you say, what you think, how you feel, what you want, it matters. Why is they are loved here for Capricorn, Divine Feminine? They are loved. They are loved for Capricorn. You believe in you. I believe in me. We believe in we. You are loved. Believe in yourself. You're being encouraged to believe in yourself. or you are loved and someone else believes in you. Others believe in you. Maybe there's an opinion you express or you want to express, and you're unsure how it's like received in some way. Do you know that you are loved and people believe in you? I just heard people believe you. I don't know what that means, but people believe you. Your opinion matters for Capricorn Divine Feminine. Their opinion matters. You are a healer. Yeah, you are a healer. Your opinion matters. You are loved. I'm getting a lot of like, you affect a lot of people, don't you, Capricorn? In a good way. You are loved by the divine. You are loved by your spirit team. You are loved by others in this physical realm. And I think it's important to make sure that you also love yourself, believe in yourself, believe in what you bring to this world. You are loved. Your opinion matters. So whatever this is, your opinion can help heal. Your thoughts matter. What you say matters. What you do matters. Absolutely. All right. What do we have for Aquarius Divine Feminine? Aquarian Divine Feminine. You are forgiving. Perhaps you're being encouraged to forgive. That did come up in our reading today. It's like finding ways to, because it's a lot of people see forgiving like, even if no one's asking for your forgiveness, right? A lot of people see forgiving as like saying that that's okay that you did that, or it's okay that it happened. And it's like, it's not necessarily saying that. It's more of when we forgive, right? The opposite of forgiving is like holding on to resentment and bitterness and hurt, pain, right? All those things we're just holding on for ourselves. We're just carrying them within ourselves. And to me, forgiving isn't necessarily saying I forgive you, right? Forgiving is saying, hey, whether this is within ourselves, like forgiving ourselves, forgiving others, whatever those feelings are, whatever bitterness, resentment, hurt, pain that we want to forgive ourselves for, that we want to forgive others for, forgiving is saying, I no longer feel the need to carry these feelings, these energies within me. It's saying, I am choosing to learn how to release this resentment and release guilt if we're forgiving ourselves, release having an understanding that these feelings that we carry within are harmful. They're very harmful to us in so many ways, pretty much every way. It's like physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, all the ways, energetically, it harms us. And if we don't address those feelings, then we're just allowing it to keep harming us, right? So if this is someone that's hurt us in the past, if we're holding on to that hurt, if we're not working through it and healing from it, we're just allowing that person to continue hurting us every moment of every day, right? And by holding that energy, it could be hurting us more than what they actually did. You know what I mean? So you're being encouraged to look within and if you understand that those feelings, those energies are harming you in some way or causing you suffering, it's important to address that and to find healing. If that requires you seeking help in some way, like finding a way to heal those energies. Why is they are forgiving here with Aquarius? They are forgiving for Aquarius. They are forgiving. They are clever. I just noticed there's a snake here, right? So clever. I don't know if this is forgiving like snakes from someone's past or something, or it's like shedding old skin. I'm clever. You are clever. And this is just taking me back to like what happens when we hold on to those feelings of, like, when we're hurt or when we feel guilt for hurting others, right? We hold on to those feelings and it just festers within us, and it's very harmful, in my opinion. It's very harmful to hold on to those kinds of energies. And with the snake, right, if this is snakes from the past, it's like not excusing what they've done, but refusing to hold on to those energies, refusing to let them continue to hurt you. And this is the shedding of old skin, right? It's with transformation, it's transforming. Shedding that old skin, releasing it, growing from it, right? It's growing out of that old skin. Interesting. Alright, who's next? Pisces? We have for Pisces Divine Feminine. Pisces Divine Feminine. You forgive and set yourself free. So I just got this for Aquarius. Well, not this. I got I am forgiving for Aquarius. And what I was saying is that, you know, when we hold on to, like, when we're not forgiving, right? It's not necessarily saying I forgive this person or I forgive these people or I forgive myself. It's not, I mean, that can help, but it's more of addressing the feelings associated with lacking forgiveness. So like resentment, bitterness, being jaded, being hurt, holding on to those feelings of pain and hurt. We're just tormenting ourselves. We're just hurting ourselves. And I was saying for Aquarius, I'm like, it's like we hurt ourselves so bad in so many ways when we hold on to those energies. It's like physically we're hurting ourselves, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, energetically. We're just harming ourselves by not looking at those energies that we're holding on to and learning how to release them, to heal them, to grow from them. Forgive and set yourself free. There might be something about that. Set yourself free from those chains. It's like if this is someone who's hurt you in the past, let's say, they've already hurt you. They've already hurt you. Don't let them continue to hurt you by holding on to those energies, right? It's like they're not even doing anything, but you're holding on to those energies. They're continuing to hurt you. Don't give them those power. Or don't give them the power to continue hurting you. They've already done too much, you know what I mean? It's on you at that point to release those energies, to heal and grow from them. Set yourself free. Why is they forgive and set themselves free here for Pisces? You are a good friend. You attract honest people in your life. Yeah, maybe you've had some shitty-ass friends, Pisces. Did you have shitty-ass friends? Set yourself free from them. You attract honest people in your life. You are a good friend. Yes, you are a good friend. You deserve to attract honest people in your life, right? And it's like when we hold on to these energies from like toxic people, right? If we hold on to the feelings associated with those toxic people, that's in our energy too. Their energies, their toxic energies are now part of our energy because we're holding on to it. So it's like by releasing that, by forgiving in that sense, forgiving meaning you don't have to say I forgive you, you know, it can help, but by forgiving in a way that is just you addressing those feelings within and healing and letting them go, that's setting yourself free. It's freeing that energy from you. It's not yours to carry. You aren't the shitty friend. You know what I mean? You attract honest people in your life. You are a good friend. It's making room for that positive energy to come towards you. Attracting honest people in your life. And if this has to do with like what I was saying with Aquarius, right? It's when we forgive, we're forgiving others, we're forgiving ourselves, right? So if you've done things that you, I don't know, it could go this way, but if you feel like you weren't a good friend before or something, or you've done things that weren't like high vibrational in some way, or whatever that might be, whatever you might want to forgive yourself for, you're being encouraged to set yourself free and focus on what you can do to be a better friend in the future, let's say, right? All right. I think that's all, yeah. All right, Divine Feminine Collective. If this resonated, Well, firstly, thank you for staying, if you're still here. Pretty cool. I appreciate that. Thank you again for being here. And if this resonated, I hope that it brought clarity and was beneficial in some way. Until next time, bye.